All right, welcome to the show, everybody. We're going back in time. So let's go around the room. Tell me your name, how old you are. Come back to me. We'll do the opening and we're going to get right into this because we just got 1 hour.
All right.
Go ahead. Steve, who are you?
My name is Steve. I'm from Ohio, born in 1972 at the very beginning of the year in January.
I'm Hialeah Raul. I'm from Hialeah in Florida, down by Miami, and I was born in '69.
Mike, Night Tiger Comics, Ocala, and I was born in '68. I'm 56.
If I could save time in a bottle, if I could turn back time, I wanna go back and do it all over, but I can't go back, I know. The first thing that I'd like to do, if I could find a way, I wanna go back.
Oh, that's right. We got the comic punks.
Well done.
All right, so here we go. What is it? Have you seen this before?
Wow.
I had these as a kid.
Those are car jacks. I always saw those in the 70s and 80s. People had their cars up on them with no wheels,
You
right?
put a ball in it, and then you hit the bottom with your hand, so the air shoots the ball out, and then you try to catch it. You get the concept.
Oh my God!
You never saw those?
No.
You never saw? No. Wow.
No.
What year did those come out? 1950?
Oh, I don't know. Sometime in the 70s. Let's see. We got Trophy Comics here. Unruly.
Morning, Maine.
Mastodon.
Money.
And definitely our regular
Las Cruces.
He's
everywhere, man. He's in every chat. It's amazing. Great supporter.
I actually thought these were lawn darts, too.
You almost had me at carjack. I almost believed you. What do you think?
No
wobbles? Idea.
They look like Weeble Wobbles.
Yeah, Weeble Wobbles. Yeah.
They remember Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down.
They don't fall down.
Yep. We're gonna wish we were like Weeble Wobbles here in about 10 years.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll be falling all over.
I replaced that slogan with girls' names like Fanny Wobbles, but she don't fall down. And all that when I was a kid. Oh my God!
You remember watching that show on Sundays?
On Sundays, Lauren Perkins, is that his name?
Yeah. No. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, freaking loved it. Mutual of Omaha.
I always hated that show because it meant that school was the next day. So.
Yeah. Yes. It was the end of the weekend. I love that
Sunday, show. Yeah. Sundays were weird as a kid. It's like purgatory limbo kind of feel type thing. Like Saturday's over, Monday's coming. Yep. Mom's waking you up for church, and you're like, my stomach hurts. I'm sick.
Oh. You know what we got to find out? Like, he looks old as hell. He's probably only like 45 when they did that show, bro.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Really? I didn't know that.
No, I'm guessing. I bet you he was a lot younger than we thought. For me, he looks like he's in his 80s. He was probably 55 or something. He was probably our age at this time.
Probably, yeah. I would agree.
He was such a badass, man. He was amazing. So he was awesome.
Who saw this movie? Who went and saw this in the theater?
I got a story.
I saw it on
Jessica Lange. Jessica Lange, come on, Jessica Lange.
Was she sexy as hell in this movie or what, bro?
Oh yeah, she was beautiful. I watched it every time it was on HBO.
Right, and Jeff Bridges, he was amazing, dude.
Yeah, yep. I mean, it's not. It's kind of more like on the cartoonish kind of side a little bit, and I like it that it's not like a serious, cool, really. It's got that quirky, cartoonish kind of thing to it.
You know what's
I
the
never
best
felt.
part in this? The best part in this movie? When Charles Grodin gets stepped on, dude. It is so good.
I
He
never
was,
felt it was cartoony though. I always felt it was pretty dark, to be honest.
I
Well,
like this
no,
too,
I
man.
mean, I mean, kind of had like a humor to it, like an underlying humor. Like it
Yeah.
wasn't just a straight serious movie.
Yeah.
The story I
It's
got from
always-
this, I got a quick story. Do you
Okay, go
remember the cards that used to come out with these?
Yeah.
We had an ice cream man,
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
and on the block next to us, he wouldn't come down our block. He would go on the other block, right? So I would have to jump fences, go through neighbors' yards, and I almost got ran over running to the ice cream man to get King Kong cards. And
Oh wow.
he ripped me a new one because he's like, "Don't ever run out like that in the street." I remember I was like trauma. I never forget the lashing I got from that man, and it was just because I almost got run over trying to get my King Kong cards. I'll never.
All you are thinking is King Kong cards, and that's it. Nothing
That's
else.
all. That's all I wanted was King Kong cards, man. This movie was. I really loved this movie, man. This movie was.
I would.
Yeah.
I would have been broke if our ice cream man would have sold stuff like that because I would have got the ice cream and the cards.
Oh no, definitely. I got my push up. I think it was either a push up or a screwball. Remember the screwball that it had the little hard candy at the bottom?
I like the push ups.
Yeah, I love the push ups. Dude, it was a toilet. It was a toilet paper thing, bro.
It was, yep.
I don't know what it was, but it was good.
It was real good.
All right, let's see what's next. Remember this movie?
Lone Wolf.
Lone Wolf.
Yep.
Come on, Norris. David Carradine. Classic 70s martial arts fight.
That was great.
I always saw those old karate. Like, didn't he have like the old karate movies? I think there was one called The One and Only or The One or something like that.
The One. I think it was The One. Yep.
They always seemed like snuff films to me as a kid, bro. I was like, man, this is I shouldn't be watching this. I shouldn't be watching this.
This movie,
one? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say David Carradine doesn't even know martial arts, and it was pretty cheesy, and that game
is this a movie that ends where he kicks somebody through like a well that's covered up? I can't remember.
I can't remember.
I don't remember that.
Okay.
I remember I did I made my own comic book up with like the cover of my own character.
Oh,
and
wow.
he was fighting Lone Wolf McQuade. Remember these? Sony Walkman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody had that.
I like the little orange headphones though. Those were more epic looking. The little orange foam ones. What's up, Big Lion Cat?
Oh yeah, Big Lion Cat's in here. He's new to me. What's going on?
He's in New York.
You remember though when your batteries would start dying and your Walkman would go.
Yeah, but remember before this, everything was like bigger and bigger and bigger. You had the big boom boxes.
Oh yeah, carrying it on your shoulder. Yep.
Well,
yeah, Sony came up with this, and then it was like everybody's like, okay, let's try to make everything small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was cool. It was easy to bring with you anywhere you went.
Yeah, this
camp
was
outs.
Rayman, what's going on? Let's go, Boston.
Here you go. Rayman came in at the perfect time. Rayman, look what we got. Some 8-tracks.
Oh my God.
I'll be right back.
My first
Don't go
stereo,
from that.
The first stereo I got, I think I was like 11 or 12, had an 8-track, man. That was so hard. It was so frustrating, but it was great. Oh my God, you got a Super Tramp on that. They got the Super Tramp 8-track. Oh, look at this. That's Elvis.
Elvis. I'm a big Elvis fan, and
Nice.
this is one of the reasons why right here. Elvis Live.
Whoa, we didn't see that.
They used to have the Elvis cards too. Oh my God, an 8-track.
Yep. I listen to this every now and then when I can get the radio over there to work.
Wow.
Yep.
Now I did have the big boom box. I bring it in. I had made a shelf just for it in my room, so that I could put it with my cassettes and everything. And yeah, it was big. It was massive.
I did that too. Yeah.
Yeah. I always brought the cardboard. I never danced. I never had the guts to actually start trying to do the break dancing.
Oh, did you guys ever take apart a speaker and put like Christmas lights in it to make like a disco light in your room to go with your music? Never?
I never did that.
I never
No,
did that.
I didn't.
Oh my God.
Did you have a crush on her?
100%, dude.
When 10 came out, you know, the genius of this movie is that with Dudley Moore, it was like you looked at it and go like, oh, if he can have her, I can have a woman like that. So that was like the movie. You looked at it, if you looked at it like that, like, whoa, he can get her. I guess I can get me a good woman too.
So you're saying there's a chance, basically.
Yeah.
I never looked at that movie that way. I always felt like there's no way he would ever get her.
Dude, and Flash Gordon was in this movie, man. Nobody ever talks about this movie, man.
Sam Jones. I don't remember that.
Yeah, he was her. He was her boyfriend or husband, and she was cheating on him with Dudley Moore.
Oh man, I need to go back and watch that.
Yeah, he was.
That's what I was just thinking.
Super hot.
Yes, definitely.
The cassette adapters for the 8-track players. Oh yeah. Yes.
I remember the cassette adapters for the CD player. That's what I had.
Oh, I hated those things.
It was horrible. Yeah. Yeah.
Dial-up internet. Remember that?
I'd rather not.
Oh yeah. We wouldn't be doing this if we had dial-up.
You ever run in one of these things right here? Remember that?
Yeah, you just went around in circles, bro. You just This shit was cool.
Someone said, let's take 2 sit and spins and we'll put them in a cart.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
That thing's pretty cool.
I never had a sit and spin. Cool. Always wanted one though.
I didn't either, but a lot of people had them.
My cousin, I didn't have one. My cousin had one, dude, and it was just like, wow.
Oh, how about this? Things you always wanted but never got, a green machine.
Oh, we're getting there.
I wanted I had the cheetah. I always wanted the green machine. I had the cheetah and the big wheel. The green machine was on a whole different level, bro.
Yep.
What about one of these? You have one of these?
My older cousins had these.
Oh, I love playing that game.
Yeah.
They would never let me play.
We had the travel size with the travel sized one. I used to eat a bowl of ice cream and get on my sit and spin.
Till you vomit.
That's Apollo.
Oh yeah, I think we all did that. If you were a boy, you did that. Yeah. You had a bike and you were a boy.
Yeah, playing cards. We're old, Lion Cat. We all came up at the same time.
Who had roller skates? Who went roller skating on Friday nights?
I used to go Saturday afternoons for me, man.
Okay. Yeah.
We had the school skate parties, man. I love those.
Wow.
The Moonlight Couple is your chance to go ask the girl you like to skate with you.
And there would always be there. Go ahead, man.
No, you're good. Go.
I was going to say there would always be 2 guys from our school that would try and go out on the floor together, and they'd be like, "Couples only, girl, boy, get off the floor."
You remember the other there used to be the hockeys and the Rydell Speeds.
Oh yeah,
remember those? The short ones were the Rydell Speeds, and then the hockeys looked like big old hockey boots. Those were freaking so popular, man.
Oh yeah, we had the speed skates.
Yeah, I never got good at skating.
The thing with us, with the I was gonna say the girls, you better know how to skate backwards if you're gonna ask a girl out, because you got to skate backwards.
Yeah.
I learned how. I learned how on a carpet at my friend's house.
That's smart.
Did you guys ever get a pair of the ones that look like the blue sneakers with the yellow Adidas stripes? that you get from like Kmart, and you just wear them outside.
Yeah,
and
yeah, but ours
skate on
were
the road.
white. Ours were white, not yellow.
I never
Ours
had
were
those.
blue.
And they came in a little shoebox. They came in a shoebox.
Evil Knievel.
Who had this one?
Oh, dude, that was hours of fun, bro.
I didn't have it, but I didn't. A lot of friends had it.
I probably owned about 10 of those growing up.
Yeah.
But there were. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Worst action figure ever, right? It was so bad.
Oh,
it was so good at the same time.
It was like Gumby.
Yeah.
It was like a Gumby action figure.
Did you guys ever see the Toy Story 4, the last one that came out? It had a character that was kind of representative of.
Oh, really? I never did. I never got to 4. I saw 1,
but
2, that was it.
There were a lot of other companies that came out with similar toys like that. It wasn't just the Evel Knievel that you could rev up and then pull the trigger.
Well, it might have been a real one then, because it was a Canadian character. I can't remember what his name was, but he was a Canadian Evel Knievel character.
What about this young lady?
Lindsay Wagner, yeah. She was
the Bionic Woman?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
She had the hearing. She had the hearing, right?
Yeah. She had the most sexiest ear on television still to this day.
What wasn't the Bigfoot one usually on her show?
It was so sexy they only did one take and they reused it over and over and over and over.
Yeah, it was Andre the Giant played Bigfoot.
Yep, that's right.
Now when you were a kid, did you do that? Did you play? Did you go?
Yeah.
Mike, I still do that, bro.
When I'm watching a movie with my wife, I said, look, they're going really slow. That means they're going super fast.
Yep. Running in slow motion.
Yeah. Who did it? Come on. People in the chat. Who did it?
Always did.
It was the greatest thing. It was the greatest feeling. I'm the $6 million man.
The music, too. There was a music that went with it.
Yeah.
What's up, Gray Man?
Oh, yeah. What's up, Gray Man? Graham. You're the ambassador here, Comic Punk. Okay, ready?
Let's do it. What's next?
Remember this movie?
The Dirty movie. Blue was dirty.
She was 12 years old in full nude.
Taboo. Taboo.
And her mom told her you should do it. Oh, man, that was big controversy when this movie was out.
Yeah, it was, man. She's still gorgeous, too.
I know.
She still looks great. I think she's 59 or something. She's about to hit 60, or she already did.
You remember her on Friends when she was that crazy chick that was in love with Joey? She thought he was Dr. Ramore.
She was so good. He was on Law and Order too, SVU, I think, and she did a really good part on that. Yeah, she did a few episodes. She was like a deranged mother. She was the grandmother of this kid that the main lady Benson adopts, and she goes bonkers. It's really good. She plays a good freaking weirdo. Yeah, she does.
I'm watching Benson right now.
Yeah.
Cassettes. Yeah. Cassettes. Remember when you had cassettes? You had walls and walls of cassettes. Come on now.
Bro, going to the record store was so awesome in the mall, and everybody's there looking through albums and cassettes, and that was such a good time.
What was it? What was the one in the mall? There was Spencer's, Camelot,
Specs,
FYI,
Peaches.
Specs. Oh, Peaches. Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Peaches. What did you just show?
Oh, yeah.
Show that again?
Oh, wow. Three Dog Night.
Hold on.
Wow. This was my dad's Three Dog Night.
Make it big.
Nice.
I saw them at Universal.
I got some Leonard Skinner over there too. He had every album.
You have a few there, I could see.
Yeah.
Coming home with that album and opening it up, reading the liner notes. Oh my God, it was just so good.
Oh, here you go. Charlie Daniels.
Nice. Really cool.
Yeah, the interiors were always great on these.
Always awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
That has the Devil Came Down to Georgia?
Not sure if that's on that one.
What was it? Oh my God, what was her name? I can't. Not Donna Summer.
Diana
That's
Ross.
Diana Ross. Diana Ross.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Upside Down, I'm Turning You, Missing You.
Upside Down. That was a great.
Mahogany.
Was she in The Wiz, or am I thinking of somebody else?
Yeah, she was in The
Wiz.
Wiz. Yeah. Oh yeah, I was in love with her. Gene Simmons was dating her at this time. This picture was taken.
Really? I never knew that.
You didn't know that? Yeah. They were a thing for a couple of years.
Wow.
And she's beautiful though.
Yeah.
She sings so good. And R.I.P. to Tina Turner.
Oh, what about Gordon Lightfoot? Anybody like him? He passed away.
Yes, I love him. Yeah.
Dude.
That's true, Mastodon. I agree completely. He said you get your money's worth. You feel like you get your money's worth, you had a Gatefold album.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Strawberries. I never heard of them. Big Lion still has his record player.
Nice.
My son has a record player, and I don't even have one.
The one I have over here is from when I was a little kid at my parents' house. It's there.
What was this thing called? You remember? I think it was called Merlin, wasn't it?
I think you might be right, dude. I remember this, but vaguely.
Some kind of toy where you almost like Simple Simon or that game we showed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a Merlin. I think you're right, dude.
Never played
Merlin.
Yeah, I vaguely remember it. Yeah, me too. I think I may have seen one time. Interesting toy though, isn't it?
It looks interesting.
Let's see if anyone in the chat remembers. Okay, so we got some cartoons here. How many of these do you remember? So this is the 70, 77, 78 season.
All right, I remember.
I remember the Robotic Stooges. You guys remember them?
Yes.
No.
And then here we have the Skatebirds. I vaguely remember the Skatebirds.
I don't remember that.
It was kind of like a live action, like Banana Splits.
I like Banana Splits.
And then here we have Captain Caveman.
Love that show.
Me too.
I know.
Bonga.
Let me put this over here for a minute. And then I remember Woofer and what was it, Whimper?
Wasn't one of those really dumb? Wasn't one of the dogs like really dumb?
I think so. I don't remember. I mean, I
vaguely remember that.
Now this I don't remember, but look, they have the Robbie the Robot there in the show, so I'm gonna check that out. Mystery Island. Mystery Island.
I think.
Weird,
oh my God! I think I might remember that. I think it had like a Mad Professor or something. The same guy that did like the Professor in a lot of those shows. I might remember that.
Now there's another show where they have the Shrinker, Dr. Shrinker. That I don't know if you're thinking of that. CB Bears.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking about. I think that's what I'm talking about.
These other ones I don't really remember that much down here at the bottom at all.
Me neither.
I can't see what it says. What are they? I'm looking at
Shake,
my phone.
Rattle and Roll, Undercover Elephant, Posse Impossible, Blast Off Buzzard, CB Bear. CB Bear sounds familiar to me. And
I remember seeing.
Hey, it's the King.
I remember
seeing they did this after Fonzie.
After Fonzie?
Because Fonzie was popular. Because look, Fonzie was Happy Days was popular right now.
Yeah.
So this has got to be kind of rip off of Fonzie right there.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
All right.
I don't remember too many of those. I think I've seen the images, but I don't remember actually seeing the cartoons. Oh yeah, quick, bro.
I love this stuff. Strawberry was my favorite. I actually went out and bought some after putting this.
Really?
Starting to put this show together. Yeah. So it's on the shelf there. I had a couple glasses. It was great.
It only came in powder back then.
Yeah. I love
I got the powder. I don't like the syrup. I like the powder.
I like the powder one too. The strawberry one as well, man. That was the best.
Yeah. So let's see. Unruly Captain Caveman. We're gonna go back here. Immortals within the house. What's up? Captain Caveman. Yeah, the Merlin. I just remember that when I seen the picture again.
That's great, bro. It was the Merlin. That's awesome. Gay Snagglepuss.
I never associated that he was gay. I just thought he was Southern.
I didn't either. Oh, because is that Paul Lynde doing his voice?
Was it?
Oh wow.
I think. Remember the cootie? You guys ever play with these?
Yeah, the little legs come off, right? You build them and you change the colors.
Yeah. Man, these things have been around since like the early 50s. The cootie. I think the ones we did came in like in a bucket or something.
I don't remember that. I don't remember
the Pale Monkeys.
The monkeys, yes.
The Pale Monkeys.
Yeah.
I was too busy trying to get cooties from girls than to play with cooties. So.
I didn't know they were called cooties, bro. I didn't know these were called cooties.
Who saw this movie?
Well, everybody did back then.
Yeah, dude, he was such a badass.
His number one move is break your arm.
yeah, exactly. The arm bar.
I know. When I first saw his movies, I was like, damn, man, let me find more movies by this guy.
Yeah, he was hot.
I mean,
right? So hot.
He had it going on. He messed his whole life up. Yeah.
Well, who do you guys like better back then, Van Damme or him?
That's a tough one because neither one's really good martial artists.
I liked Van Damme. Just because he could do the splits, I thought that was just insane.
The thing I didn't like about Van Damme movies is that when he did a kick, they showed it 3 times in a row, and I didn't like that.
I didn't mind it. Bloodsport, that was one of my favorite movies.
Bloodsport was freaking pretty epic.
I'm not saying I didn't like them. I'm just saying if you say which one did I prefer, I'd have to say Seagal because he was more brutal. Aikido.
That Bloodsport movie, I think that was the best movie of all of them. That movie was pretty good.
Yeah, that was a good movie. There was a lot of ones that he did. What was the one with Arquette? Roseanne Arquette? Nowhere to Run? Oh, that was a good one.
Been a long time.
You don't remember that one? You remember Roseanne Arquette?
Of course, man. Desperately Seeking Susan.
Chicago wrote a song, Rosanna.
Oh, the Munsters. Okay.
Munsters
I did.
Or Addams Family? Which one?
Munsters. Lily Munster or whatever her name is. Lily for me. Lily.
Yeah.
I had a crush on Lily like you wouldn't believe as a kid.
Oh, yeah.
I was a Munsters fan, man. I loved the movie that they did. Oh, my God, it was so good. That was must-watch TV back then, dude. Every time it came on.
Do you know that there was 2 actresses that played her?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the original was only in the pilot, wasn't she?
Yeah.
DeCarlo, right?
Yeah, I have a comic book with her on the cover from the.
She was in the 10 Commandments, man. She did a ton of great work.
Yeah.
Oh, she's a beautiful woman.
Yeah, she was gorgeous.
Beautiful and talented.
Yeah.
Yvonne
talented
DeCarlo.
And beautiful. Oh yeah, come on now.
Oh, Samantha from Bewitched.
I think Tabitha was so.
I was watching an interview with Bill Mummy. Bill Mummy was out of the moon when he was 9 because he got to play the young Darren and he got to kiss Elizabeth Montgomery.
Nice.
I love this show, man.
On her.
I freaking love this show.
This was the show that was
Bewitched comic. Go ahead.
I was going to say this show as a kid it was like 5 o'clock, 5:30, 6 o'clock. The show was always on right after dinner.
Hey, my youngest son, Trey, he's nosy, always has to know what's going on in the neighborhood. Me and my wife call him Mrs. Kravitz.
Oh my God, I hated her, bro. God, I hated Mrs. Kravitz. God.
Oh yeah.
He was so good to hate, man. God.
Yeah.
Big
He's
lion.
He's the nosy kid in the neighborhood, man.
And her husband and Mr. Kravitz, dude. Kravitz, they were hilarious.
That's right, Mastodon. I am so sorry. I don't know how I said Chicago.
Oh, that's right. It is Toto.
Yeah.
My apologies. That's a big mistake. I should have.
Yeah, man. Donnie, don't take that too well, man. Don't mess up the music. You should see him backstage, man. He gets really upset.
There we go. You get the wrong one.
I had one of these.
We all did.
Yep.
Hey, let me ask you guys. The break was a feature that came in later because I had one without the break. When I got the break and I could do the skid and I could skid out and peel out and all that was you would spin.
That was a different model. That was like they called like the upgrade.
It was the upgrade, man.
Some kind of like skid or something like that.
Yeah, and you would pump, it would break and you would spin, man. Oh my God, and slide. Oh, it was so good.
It was like the original version of drifting in cars.
Yes,
yeah,
definitely.
I wonder how many ER nurses were like, not another big wheel accident.
Yeah. Do you remember how you stopped it before you had that break? You had to slam your feet, like lock them in,
you
and break your legs off.
You did the Fred Flintstone, man. It was classic.
Yeah, that too.
Did you?
Yeah.
And then did you have yours like till you wore the tires through till there were holes in the tires?
Yeah.
The plastic.
Did you ever try and run one over a ramp that you'd made for a bike or anything like that?
I never tried that. I never tried that.
Yeah,
it didn't work very well, but
it's too low to the ground because if you go over a ramp, when you land, you're gonna hurt.
The Green Machine was like the Rolls Royce of fucking big wheels, bro.
Loved Green Machine. We had one kid in the neighborhood. There were like 10 of us, and one kid had one. You just wanted your turn on the Green Machine.
Yeah.
This
guy was probably the coolest guy on TV, bro.
Yeah.
That was a great show.
Him and the Fonz.
I need to go back and try to see if they have that. We can watch it somewhere, Amazon or something.
I wanted a pet monkey because of this shit.
Ray was too old when the big wheel came out.
You remember the song?
I don't. Do you? You want to sing it?
You used to go, I'm BJ McKay, and this is my best friend, Bear.
Yeah. That was
Ray
good singing, man.
Ray was too old when the big wheel came out. He couldn't play with it.
I'm
sorry, Ray. I'm so sorry, man.
Man, now I'm super. There's a show that I didn't send you. I wonder if you got it on. Oh, we get her twice. Hated these things, bro. Hated these things.
Yep.
Never got it.
Look how ugly they are.
Never got
I
it.
remember.
No, but
you guys remember all the stories at Christmas time when they were all out, sold out everywhere?
Yeah, that was always big news for 2 years.
I was happy because I didn't collect them, so I didn't care. That meant my stuff was gonna be there.
Yep.
But I had sisters, so you know.
Oh, I had cousins that had them.
Yeah, me too. I never wanted any of those ugly babies.
No.
No, but they were part of the culture, you know.
Yeah.
So they were one of those doll phenomena.
Oh,
now who had that? Did anybody have that? I had that.
I had that, and the little thing would spin every time you hit the button. It would spin on the flash would move. I had that.
Yeah.
Okay, let me set the volume.
Made a clicking sound. What happened?
Set the All-American Story. So every couple with this toy, let me set the stage for the All-American Story. Every now and then, every couple months, you're going through your toy box, shuffling through all the crap you got. There's that camera you see, you pull it out, you click it a few times. Oh yeah, this is cool, and you throw it back in. Keep on moving.
Keep on going. My buddy. Yeah, my buddy. Garbage Pail Kids.
Okay, what was your favorite Campbell soup? You had to have a favorite.
Vegetable beef. That's the one
cream
I
of mushroom. Cream of mushroom was mine.
Cream of mushroom is very good. I think it's either cream of mushroom or cream of asparagus. I like the cream of asparagus. So.
Really?
Oh, those are good.
I don't even heard of that one.
They got it.
I didn't like my mom to make it because, you had to break up the lumps.
Yeah.
And I was afraid she wouldn't break them all up. So I'm like, no, I'll make it. Because that way I knew for sure all the lumps were broken up. My mom was a good cook, but she'd make banana bread. And every now and then you'd get a surprise chunk of baking soda. And that was not fun.
Must have been tasty.
What's up, Schultz?
What about chicken and stars? Remember that one?
Yes. Yep. Alphabet soup.
Yeah.
Chicken noodle. Chicken noodle was good.
Schultz,
I like chicken noodle, but I like chicken and noodle, but I like the fact they gave you another option: chicken and stars, chicken and rice.
Yeah. Yep.
Schultz, tomato with the grilled cheese.
Oh, that's great. I love that.
That's really good. That's still good.
When my kids were little, we used to do that every Sunday after church. Grilled cheese and tomato soup. Cheryl Teagues? Cheryl Teagues, anybody?
I was never a Cheryl Teagues guy.
What?
I was never. No, she didn't do it.
Let me boot him.
She did not do it.
SpaghettiOs.
Oh,
I didn't like her either. I wasn't.
Yo, what?
Yeah, dude.
You guys in the chat, you hear this? They don't like Cheryl Teagues.
Thank you, Schultz.
I am shocked.
I never was.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Happy birthday, brother. I forgot.
Oh, it's been my birthday almost a week now, but thank you.
Now, if you want to put Heather Locklear up there.
I want to make sure I go to bed not feeling guilty. I didn't say happy birthday just in case.
No, you're good. You're good.
No, I can't believe it. You guys don't like what?
Alphabet cereal.
You don't like alphabet soup on Cheryl Teagues?
Maybe now. Maybe I could appreciate her more now, but as a kid.
Why can't I get that?
No.
Oh, that's you guys. Cookie Jarvis, anybody?
I remember.
Oh, I remember him. Yeah.
That was like the cereal, right? Yeah, the cereal.
Yeah.
I want to say to the chat, how cool is Steve and Raul? How cool are they? You guys are totally cool, man. Yeah. So Cookie.
Crawford.
Yeah. That little mole on her face. That sexy mole.
Dude, when she first broke out, I was working at that time, and I had to stop at the register and look at her picture on the magazine. I was like, who is that? Daisy Duke.
Didn't she date Billy Joel? Oh, Daisy Duke. I got a story about her. You remember those? You remember the teenage magazines?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So I got Catherine Bach's address where you could write to her one time in one of those young teen magazines, and I wrote her a letter and told her that I wanted to marry her and asked her to marry me. Never got a reply, man. I'm so devastated after all these years.
He was busy with Ringo, man. You remember that movie Caveman where they met?
Yes. Yeah. Caveman was good.
Yeah.
Doo-doo.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll tell you who for me was Cheryl Ladd. I thought she was the hottest.
I thought she was hot too. She was hot.
Rock'em Sock'em Robots, anybody?
I had those.
Yep. Where are your thumbs out there?
Let's check something out here.
Okay, were you guys up?
What's this stuff? Some cereal. It's supposed to be good for you. Did you try it? I'm not gonna try it. You try it. I'm not gonna try it. Let's get Mikey. Yeah. He won't eat it. He hates everything. He likes it. Hey, Mikey.
When you bring life home, don't tell the kids it's one of those nutritional cereals you've been trying to get them to eat. You're the only one who has to know.
Dude, how iconic is that?
You know that kid didn't like Life cereal.
If you were if you were named Mike and you grew up in the 70s and 80s, I don't know
No.
how many times I heard, hey, let's get Mikey to try it. He'll eat anything.
I figured they would be like, he likes it. He likes it.
Is that one of the big? Is that the earliest urban myth that you remember, man? Is Mikey dying on Pop Rocks?
Oh yeah.
That
I
was
didn't hear that
crazy.
till like way later, like maybe around 80, 87 or 88.
Yeah, it was like an '80s thing, but it was such an urban myth, man. What's up, Okami?
Mikey doesn't like it.
Smell. Okay, who were you guys?
Rock-
Were you guys a Farrah Fawcett or a Jacqueline Smith or a Kate?
Oh,
No,
that's a
I
tough
was
choice.
Cheryl. I was Cheryl Ladd. I told you, Cheryl Ladd for
Oh,
me.
because she was on that show too. I was a Jacqueline Smith.
Man, that's a
Nope,
tough
Cheryl
choice.
Ladd.
They were all gorgeous.
I thought Farrah was cool, but she was never for me like the it, like whoa.
No, except for the poster.
I thought she was smart though. She was a smart lady. She didn't she wore a one piece, she said, because she had a scar on her hip or something.
Wow.
Huh.
But
What's
she
up,
said she
Graphic
made
Man?
more money off that poster than she made off the Charlie's Angels show.
Oh,
Well,
Daisy Duke, bro. Wow.
I'm still
You know
heartbroken.
what's so lovely about her? She has a sister that looks just like her.
I
Bro,
did
she
not
was
know
so-
that.
Yeah.
Friday nights were amazing with the Dukes with her on my Fridays.
Kath-
Hulk, Incredible
Catherine-
Hulk, and Daisy Duke.
Yep.
And then
Yep,
when
the
the
Hulk and
cousins
the
came,
Dukes.
the cousins came in. That was like the Devaney moment.
Yeah,
That was jumping the shark.
that
That's
was a
what
shark
that was.
moment. Definitely,
Well,
definitely, Graphic Man. Boxy.
I mean, when you're so sexy, you start that your name becomes these shorts. I mean, come on, that's
The Daisy
iconic.
Dukes. Ooh. I'm still
Never
waiting for
known
my
to be.
marriage proposal reply. Haven't got it. I haven't heard back. So
Oh,
maybe.
I think Hialeah used to watch this show.
Dude, I love this show, man.
I did
Yep.
too. I thought it was so fun. I still watch it.
Yeah, I'll watch it. I was talking to my wife yesterday, and it's like we had all these hokey. You look at them back now, and they look so wholesome and all this. But man, they really helped kids see what was right and wrong and all that, and everybody watched
Yeah.
the same things. It really made an impact on my life. Empathy, to show empathy for others, and they really had good lessons in them. It's basically what I'm trying to say.
They had
Yep.
that thing at the moment where they like pressed on one key note and then they started talking like, I love you, son, and you shouldn't do that. And then you're crying. You're like, I love this show. And,
Yeah,
and you leave and you're like, I want to do good.
I want to do
something
good. And they hit some tough subjects, man. I remember there was one where wasn't Arnold's friend almost get molested? It was some some deep things, it was tough things to look at. It wasn't all, roses, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
I seem to remember there was one about him trying to decide if he was going to steal something or not.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was so many good ones. They all had a moral to them.
Yep.
That's why now that's what I watch is the old shows. There
I
is
do
one
too.
new show I'm watching called Citadel, which is pretty good. But usually I don't watch new shows. Everybody play this?
Yes. Oh, I had that, bro. Oh my god. I had that.
I didn't have this. I did have some of these different games, but I played this one though. It was pretty cool.
Bro, it had the lap counter and the little number would click up and oh my god.
I'm telling you, back in the 80s and 70s, Christmas was the best because they had all these unique toys all the time.
Yep.
Things you could physically play with, not just on TV, until the Atari came and it changed everything.
I had the football and the soccer version and the baseball.
Oh, the head-to-head football. But
Yep.
oh, hours.
I had the
man,
Mattel football.
Porkies.
Anybody saw that?
Yes.
I saw that, dude. That was so good.
I think
cried.
this was the first time that a movie rated R was like kind of enticing younger kids to come see it. That's what it
Dude,
felt like.
the best scene was when that one dude was waving his wanker through the hole, and Miss Ballbreaker comes in there. Ah!
No, then later on, she goes, "I know that tallywhacker.
Yeah,
I
she
know
could
that
recognize him,
tallywhacker.
right?
I remember that. I remember that mole.
Yep.
I've seen that tallywhacker."
Trying to pull his pants down. Yep. I remember that.
Yeah, Mr. Carlson. Yeah, that's exactly who played the molester. Exactly.
Ugh,
Oh my
that
God.
was
Yeah.
a great
And then
show,
then there was a Porky's 2, then a Porky's 3.
Bro, I
Yeah,
remember
I didn't watch it when it came out. I had to watch it years later too.
I saw this for my friend's birthday, and his parents gave us money. It was like 4 of us, and we saw this in the theater, bro. We saw this, and I think Dr. Detroit with the
Oh yeah,
and we
Dr.
were
Detroit.
crying. I mean, crying, and then this movie set kind of like where I live in the, it's close to the Everglades and all that, and I thought that was a cool part of the movie as well.
How old were you when you saw this Porky? You couldn't have been old enough to get in.
I was like 12 or 13, man. And I remember it was an afternoon and the parents just left us and we just went into the movie and crying, laughing, man, crying. That scene you said.
Oh, classic. Remember the Howler? Remember the Howler? Oh!
Yeah. That was Kim Cattrall. That's exactly right. It was Kim Cattrall. That's right.
Kim Cattrall.
That's right.
We watched My Cousin Vinny yesterday. Oh man,
that's good.
Melissa Torme. Ooh, my wife never seen it. My wife never seen it, and she doesn't watch movies with F word, but she loved that movie.
She won an Oscar for it. She won the Best Supporting, Marissa Tomei, for that. That's a really good movie.
She was the brains of the operation, wasn't she, in that movie?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, before we move on, real quick, Steve, do you want to go to 12:30?
I can.
I gotta bail out.
I know
my wife is gonna get me, but I do want to come back and do this. This is a lot of fun.
That's cool. So just let me say real quick. So appreciate you, and I'm just saying I put the link in the chat. So if anybody else wants to come in for 30 minutes after Hialeah steps out, you're welcome to. Or hey, Eric Breen's here.
Hey, Eric.
Old comic smell.
Hey.
Okay, so let's get on with it, man.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, Blues Brothers. Who saw this movie?
I saw it later.
Yeah, same here. Steve, you too? Or did you see it at the theaters?
Yeah, my brother-in-laws actually did a rendition of this at my wife's and I wedding. They got the hats and everything. They were up there dancing around.
My mom walked out of the movie. I heard this from my dad, I think. She said after the one where they're driving through the mall, she's like, it's too destructive, this movie. So she walked out.
Crazy.
I mean, it is destructive.
For the time, it was a dark movie, right? It was funny, but it was edgy.
I love the Blues Brothers. I was just a fan of the Blues Brothers. So anything movie, I was going to watch.
Didn't they tour? Didn't they tour after this movie? It made it a whole thing.
They made an album or something, I think.
Yeah.
I had the record Soul Man.
Yeah.
I thought they were the coolest thing when I saw him on Saturday Night Live. I thought it was John Belushi for me was the funniest guy at the time. I loved everything he was in.
You said Soul Man. Does anybody remember a movie called Soul Man from the 80s?
That movie will not get remade ever.
Never.
You couldn't do that movie now. Even if you wanted to, you couldn't make that.
Oh man, they would probably kill whoever played it.
Of course, man.
Did anybody have this? I didn't have this.
I did.
I was into partying and girls at this time.
Actually, you know what? You're right. My younger brother had this, and I would play on it.
My cousin had one.
Right.
You guys remember the one TV show? I don't know if you have it. You guys ever watch Grizzly Adams?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That came out of that movie Gentle Ben.
Yep.
Remember the movie
Gentle Ben? The big old bear.
Who's this?
Yeah, she was freaking amazing. I loved her as
Janet?
Penny. Penny on Good Times. Oh my god.
Janet Jackson.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. She's even got the redneck belt, buckle belt on there.
Just like a wrestler.
Yeah. The world
Yeah,
heavyweight champ.
she was on What's Happening, wasn't it? Or Good Times. Good Times.
Good times. Penny. She was.
Remember all the great
I
black
love
shows in the 70s? There was so many great black TV shows.
Yep.
They didn't
I
talk
was just
about
thinking-
racism. They talked about racism, but not like the shows today do.
Well, do you remember all the shows that sprouted from like Archie Bunker? You had the Jeffersons, Good Times. What else popped off of that?
What's Happening? I don't know if it came from that, but it was.
You had the first interracial kiss on the Archie Bunker.
Flipper, man, I loved Flipper.
Yeah.
So did you guys have this parking garage?
My cousin had it. I never had it.
My neighbors had it. We used to play
you
with
would
that.
crank the elevator, right? The car lift, and then you would go up to the floors. Yeah.
As a kid, I used to always think, why is the gas pump handle so huge compared to the scale of everything else? It's out of proportion. But as a kid, it was like odd. It's like, why is this like this?
Yep.
Oh, Big Lion had it. Okay, are we back? No, look at that.
Oh, the worm.
Yeah, do the worm. That's how that dance move came about.
Would that technically today be called Big Worm? Big Worm.
Big Worm.
I
think my cousin's son had this, or somebody had it. I never had it.
That's like the precursor to the big wheel, right? That's you're a little younger, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
73, 74 for me.
Yeah. One of my neighbors had a little sister. We used to take turns just riding that thing around.
Don't break it. Don't break it.
I mean, good times, man. You could ride a worm for a kid when you were a kid. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Look, Graphic Man knows what it's called. They're called jarts.
No, that's not this.
No, it's for the one before.
Oh,
no,
jarts.
Those aren't jarts. I got jarts coming up.
Oh, you got jarts coming up. Okay.
Yeah. Remember this show? Big show. Big Marvel show for the first time on TV. It was the biggest show ever.
It came on before the Dukes.
Yeah. Yeah, that was at 8 o'clock, and then the Dukes were 9.
Yeah.
How many of you out there got hit in the head with a jart?
Well, we used to just throw them up in the air and then run.
It's like a giant dart you're throwing at somebody. Probably a family member.
Dude, my horse on springs was like a furniture in my room, man. It was freaking amazing. That was like my lazy boy back then, dude. I just go crazy on that sucker, man.
Oh, do you guys remember those things at the parks that they used to have that were just a big giant spring and you just swing back and forth on them?
Oh yeah.
Trying to hit the ground.
Did you have a crush on this young lady? Or now she's not a young lady, but she
not
was
me,
here.
man. I never.
No. Jodie Foster.
No, I just remember when who was it? Was it Hinckley? Was it Hinckley or was it the other? And that whole came up, and it was like, oh, Jodie. I had never seen Taxi Driver. I wasn't old enough.
Oh, I never watched that.
I saw it later.
New Hampshire. The Hotel, New Hampshire is where I saw her. Yeah. And she was in some other stuff too.
Was she in Foxes?
Yes.
Yes,
Foxes. Yep.
That's where I saw her the first time. Was that when I saw Foxes?
I have a crush on her ever since I first seen her.
I had a crush on Chrissy McNichol. I thought she was hot.
Shh,
me too.
Don't get ahead of yourself. Knockers.
The balls. Yeah.
Remember
the balls.
Remember those? You got those big bruises all over your wrists and your forearms.
That I don't remember, man.
You never remember this game?
No.
You go like this and you make the balls go boo 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 boo. But if you don't do it right, they go out like that and they'll hit you in the arm and you'll have all bruises on your arm. Oh yeah, they banned the game after a while his kids were getting knocked out, all kinds of stuff.
I don't remember that, but I remember those.
You remember this game?
That was you put that on your foot and you swing it around and try and jump over it, I think.
Yeah, the lemon twist.
Yes.
And it had something inside that rattled.
I don't think I ever played with this. I remember seeing this.
I
I
was
just
the
knew
kind
that
of
was a trip
kid.
hazard.
I was the kind of kid. If a toy had something like that rattled in it, I wanted to know what it was, and I'd bust the toys open.
Me too.
Like Stretch Armstrong, right? What's inside Stretch Armstrong, man?
Jelly. We found out.
I didn't have the Stretch,
cartoon?
but I had the Hulk.
Who remembers this cartoon?
Not
Lippy
me.
the Lion.
No, Lippy the Lion and Hardy Har Har, Hanna-Barbera.
I remember Hardy Har Har hearing it. I don't remember. I never heard of Lippy the Lion.
Okay, the song goes Lippy the Lion and Hardy Har Har. No.
No.
I thought we'd
about
see
this
some
guy?
sitting. Oh yeah, Max Headroom. Yeah.
Never got into him, man. I never thought he was cool. I never watched
He
it.
was just like this weird phenomena that happened, you know, like he was hot for a minute, like they were specking on him for a movie or something.
Yes, I remember that. There was an actual actor that did him, right?
Yeah.
I believe so. There is a YouTube video that talks about it.
Oh, I
Well, there's a
Well-
conspiracy theory about Max Headroom.
There's a whole story built around the character. He comes from the future, and the governments and corporations have taken over.
Are you serious? There's a conspiracy with him?
Yes. Yeah, look it up on YouTube.
All right, I will. I'm sure. I believe you.
Now, who
That
did you root
was
for? Wow, what
Oh.
happened?
I'll go back.
I like the
Sorry.
little guy, the little mean guy. What was his name? Mumbly or some shit like that?
Yeah. He was part of the Really Rottens.
Really Rottens. I like the Really Rottens, bro.
Yeah.
He would laugh. He would. He would have that crazy.
Yeah, this guy. Okay, so we're gonna show something because you're about to leave.
Yeah, I gotta go. Sorry, guys. The wife has.
Mr. Green? Mr. Green?
Yeah.
You need any help?
Mm.
I just want you to know, I think you're the best ever.
Yeah, sure.
Want my Coke? It's okay, you can have it.
No.
Really, you can have it.
Okay.
Coke in the sun makes me feel good, makes me feel nice.
You're right.
That's the way it should be. I like to say,
Hey, kid.
whole world smiling with me. Coca-Cola has life. Have a Coke
Thanks, Mean Joe.
and smile.
Dude.
Wow.
Even the commercials were uplifting with a moral
Yes.
back in the
I
day.
took the words
I
right out of
didn't-
my mouth, right?
I didn't like
What
that
the-
commercial. I was a Cowboys fan, so I hated that fucking commercial.
Have you,
Sorry.
have you seen the bloopers for that commercial?
Uh,
Look up the bloopers. I've seen that before. He burps. I don't know how many Cokes he had to drink because he would burp and he would ruin it every time until he got it right.
nice.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Yeah, but you know what the heck, you know, why wouldn't you want a world like that?
Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
Yeah, those were good commercials back then.
They would teach you something, man. It was all about teaching you
Being
what to
kind.
do, being nice.
who had this in the cupboard?
I don't remember
never
that
had that.
can.
No,
I don't remember
I
that.
remember it on the shelves.
Yeah.
Never
I
had
actually
it.
I actually forgot about it when I was going through stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember we used to have that.
I
One
remember
thing
the
we always had in
brown
our house was instant chocolate milk.
Hershey's Life.
How about that one?
Oh, the strawberry quick.
Yeah. I don't remember that can.
That was
That was
the best.
before.
Man, I wish they still made that.
You remember Tang? Remember Tang? The,
Yeah.
the
Yep.
astronauts
I
drink.
do.
The astronauts drink this. Oh,
My aunt used to have it all the time when I go over there.
my
Remember
grandmother.
this?
Yeah.
Carnation.
Your nemesis, your childhood nemesis, right here, the powdered milk.
That was horrible.
Magic crystals dissolves instantly. That's for the mom.
That's hurricane preparedness stuff for us, man. That was always in the house for the hurricanes, just in case.
My mom would try to trick us and mix it with regular milk.
Really?
We're like, we're sorry, Mom. This one's not the real milk.
Guys, I gotta go.
All right, brother. Take care.
Slow. I don't want my work to get me. Hey, let's do this again, dude. This is a blast. Thank you for having me.
All right. We will. We
Great
will.
hanging out with you, man.
Nice meeting you, Steve. Steve, yes. All right. Yeah. All right, guys. Sorry. I gotta go.
All right. Take care, brother.
Later.
Okay, I'm requesting Graphic Man. Here is the link, Graphic Man. Eric Breen. Anybody come in here? Talk about. We're gonna go 30 more minutes. Talk about your traumatic stories with the powdered milk.
How did they milk all those carnations? That's a great question.
I don't know. But my mom would also take the cereal and all the boxes, like the sawdust, put them all in one Tupperware container.
Yeah.
And then tell us we had to finish that before we got any more cereal. We're like, are you kidding me? I say, Mom, this is worse than shredded wheat with no frosting. You like powdered milk. You must have not been breastfed. That's what it was.
You know, I was thinking about how did they milk the carnations, but did you ever see Meet the Fockers?
Yeah.
I have nipples. Can you milk me?
Did you love playing this game in gym? I loved playing this game.
Dodgeball? Yeah.
Yes. And I would always like convince the nerds or the people that weren't athletic, like coach them. This is all you got to do. All you got to do. Don't be afraid. Catch it like this, and just run to the back, throw it, because they didn't want to play. And I'm like, no, man, we need everybody in here.
Yeah.
And, that was always sincerely, I wanted them to play and have fun, but on the back end, we needed more bodies to knock out too.
Yeah. It was always fun just hitting somebody with those.
I didn't have a chopper bike. I knew people in my neighborhood that did. There were a few in my neighborhood.
I only remember one.
Did you ever play dodgeball outside of recess against the wall? You had to stand against the wall.
Yeah.
And then
not very often. They didn't let us do that a lot.
You made a line and you couldn't go past the line when you threw it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved playing that. That ball, you hear that ball slap against the bricks.
We had a lot of kids that like soccer, so we would actually use the soccer ball and kick it at each other.
Oh. Did you ever have a crush on Blair?
Blair? Yes.
No? Yeah. What about Joe?
Oh, Joe, I liked her the best.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
She's pretty, but I was always a Blair fan. What about you guys out there?
What was the lady's name? I thought she was the hottest.
Mrs. Garrett?
What was her name? Mrs. Garrett,
You thought Mrs. Garrett was hot?
Oh, yeah. She was smoking.
Oh, my gosh, dude. Are you kidding me? What about Tootie?
Who didn't want to go out to a movie?
What about Natalie?
She was cute, yeah.
Tootie?
Yeah. Wait a minute, which one's the girl on the right? I can't remember which one was Tootie or Natalie. Which one's the name? I like the black girl. She was good looking.
That's Tootie.
Yeah. Natalie,
Natalie, Joe, Blair. And then you know who else? Brad Pitt was on the show too at a couple of episodes.
I didn't know that.
Young. Yeah. Let's see here. Well, he said he had a crush on Mrs. Garrett, so I'm gonna say to Steve, different strokes for different folks.
Yeah, different strokes.
Zots, you remember those? They're almost
I
kind of like
don't.
fizzy pop rock. They're like fizzy, like a fizzy thing inside of hard candy. Huh. I used to love those. You ever have the rope gum?
Yeah. You ever have the candy cigarettes? You remember those?
Oh yeah. They had like the 3-pack for Halloween.
Yep.
And then they had the regular pack. My sister used to go around with a pack of crayons in her purse and like pretend to smoke a crayon.
Back when smoking was cool.
How about
Oh,
her,
Christy
man?
McNichol. Yep.
Yeah. Her brother
I
had a
remember.
show on TV called California Dreaming or something like that, where he was in a band, and it only lasted like 4 or 5 episodes.
I remember she was in like a musical movie that I used to see on HBO called Pirates of Penzance.
Oh
She
yeah,
was
I never saw that.
smoking in that.
Really, I never saw
Smoking.
that. Was that
No.
one with Rex Smith?
I don't. It was. I can't remember the guy's name. That was in there.
Kind of curly hair but blonde.
Blonde, yeah, blonde curly head. Yep, yep. He was in it.
That was Rex Smith.
She was gorgeous in it.
You ever see this?
Yep. Used to watch that all the time.
Wasn't there another movie? Return from Witch Mountain was the next
Yep.
one.
Yep.
And then they did a remake in the early 2000s or something.
Do you remember the name of the little sister? What was her name?
Oh, I got it wrong. It was George Clooney, not Brad Pitt.
Oh, okay.
I always get those two mixed up. See, that's why I got these cool guys here in the sandbox playing with us.
Yeah, I had a crush on the little girl.
I forget her name.
I don't remember her real name.
Tia.
It was Tia. Yep.
Yeah.
Tia.
I love that name. That's why I remember it. I don't remember the kid's name. I never remember.
I remember
them. I always remember the females in all the movies.
I remember he had
oh my goodness. Who's that?
That Morgan Fairchild?
Yes.
Smoking. What show was she on? Dynasty or
Knots Landing? Knots Landing. I love that show. Okay,
wasn't she also on the other one?
She may have guessed. They were connected. Hey, get back over here. Okay, we'll take a breath, guys. Whoa. Who's that? I forget who that is.
Blow it up. I can't see.
Is that Pia Isadora?
No. That's not
I think that's Pia Isadora. What do you mean, no?
I can't see.
Oh, Graphic Man's in here. What's up, Micah?
Hey.
Micah.
My tribute to the 80s.
Nice. Pac-Man.
This was the cheaper of the two games you could buy. So,
Micah, who's this? Is that Pia Isadora?
I do not know.
I think it is. Steve says it's not, but I forgot who it is. It's not Susan Anton. Whoa, remember this movie?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Great movie.
Arnold.
Yeah. Brutal movie. I remember he broke that guy's arm. Was his arm or his leg? Boom.
He broke everything back then.
Yeah. No, in this movie, there was some real brutal fight scenes. Bone breaking.
Hey, who'd you guys like better, Arnold
Commando.
or Sylvester?
I liked them both. I couldn't say I liked one over the other.
I liked Conan, but I loved everything else Stallone did. So,
yeah,
that was a killer movie, right?
Cobra.
There. Yeah. Yes, great movie. That's a movie I like. I've seen that movie several times.
I was looking for movies that I had. This is the only one I could find with Stallone. Rambo 3, the worst of the bunch.
You remember this movie? You seen it?
Yep, I sure have.
Micah?
Yeah, that had Andy Robinson in it, I think, as the bad guy. He played Garrick on Star Trek Deep Space Nine. For those, he was the Scorpio killer on Dirty Harry.
Yes.
Yeah. I remember.
Oh, yeah.
I remember Andy Robinson at a convention. When they asked him about Cobra, the crowd groaned, and he said, "Don't laugh. That paid for my house." So.
And you remember this young lady? No crushes on her?
No.
Yeah,
Olivia
she was cute.
Newton-John?
Yeah.
For crushes, you got to go to Buck Rogers' Wilma Deering for me.
Oh,
Olivia Newton-John.
yes.
Oh,
I loved her in Grease.
yeah, in Greece. Oh, I had her records, her in the what was it? She had 2 hits in 1979. And I still have them on my phone.
What were they? Let's
Oh,
Get Physical.
I'd have to look it up. No. That's later.
Let's Get Physical is later. Okay.
Yeah, that's 1980.
Okay.
A little more love and magic.
She did Xanadu too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was 1980 with Electric Light Orchestra. Yeah, I've always had a crush on her. Remember this movie?
Last Starfighter. Is that what that
Yep.
is?
Yeah.
And how do they test them?
Video game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forget what the guy said. He comes to him and he goes, no, something he can't go or whatever. I was just watching the clip. And they're like, you don't understand. You're like the one.
He had a date or he had to work or something. I can't remember what his reason was.
Who played with that?
Plato in general?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Whoa.
I had that jumbo jet.
The airport.
You guys didn't play with Play-Doh? There was Play-Doh in my house all the time.
Well, sure, but not this crazy guy that's a hairdresser or whatever.
Oh, that was the haircut one
Oh,
where you squeeze the hair through the.
yeah.
Yeah. Play-Doh. Do kids still play with Play-Doh? I don't think they do.
No, they have it. I have this too. Crickets. You guys don't remember this?
Yeah, I said I had the jet. I had the jet.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta say more than that.
Oh, but I didn't have all this.
Oh,
Was
you
that
just have
the
jet.
Little People or the Weeble Wobbles thing?
Fisher Price?
Little People,
Fisher
right?
Price was, I
Yeah.
guess, is that what you call him?
I had the little dog.
I had the dog. Remember the dog?
Yep, little black and white dog.
Yeah. He was like the iconic member of the family. This is
The
the
stunt
I think,
cycle.
complete with figure, stunt cycle, and energizer. Ooh. Gyro
What's that, the
powered
ramp?
motor.
Now, is
Gyro-powered
gyro
motor.
where you pull that little plastic string out of it and it makes the wheels spin? I had about 3 or 4 of those. Wasn't
Yeah.
evil, but
Yeah, but this one you did that thing on the side where you revved it up with the energizer.
okay.
I like the one with the
So-
ramp itself. I didn't like the pull string strip.
I know the side opened like it was like a VIP plane or
Yeah.
something.
Yep, that's
Yep.
right.
Oh yeah, remember that one where he kicked
yeah.
that guy through the windshield? Heck yeah. He was just pumping movies out, wasn't he, in the late 70s?
Yeah. My favorite movie with
My
him
mom-
was Missing in Action too.
I didn't see that was later. Like that was later 80s. I never saw that
It was
one.
probably 82,
I mean, I did.
83.
Oh, that was out. Oh, yeah, because this is 70s right here. I saw that movie, but it was like later. And then there was 2 and then 3. But my mom would take me to see these movies at the theater, and they were rated R. And I'm like, later on, I didn't realize that was, a thing or anything till later.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why my mom took me to these rated R movies. So what do you think of that? Remember that phone?
We need to go back to
Micah.
those.
We had older
Let
than
me
that. I had the rotary dial.
Yeah.
Well, let me set the scene. Your girlfriend calls. You want some privacy. So you pull the cord. You go around the corner and you're in the door to the basement.
Yes, but
So
you
you
have to
can-
take that receiver and stuff it into a pillow, because in about 20 seconds, that annoying alarm's going to go off, that beep, 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 beep.
Yeah.
And you got to set that out for about 2 minutes, and then it's quiet.
What alarm?
Well,
When you left it off.
it was telling you, hey, dummy, you didn't hang this
Oh,
up.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember that. Do you ever play kick the can when you were a kid?
No.
We had
way too many better things to do.
Yeah.
Really? We would get all the neighborhood kids together on a Saturday night, right when it would get dark, put a coffee can in our front yard, and then someone had to protect it. And then you all try to come around the house, and whoever could kick it, then they'd be the next person to be it.
You did this when it was dark out?
Yeah. That was the best time.
Oh, we were always playing tag at that time.
Well, tag,
go
we did
seek
kick the
and tag.
can. Yeah. This was part of the rotation of games that we played, though, kick the can. Because, we already probably played the other game the night before and the other one the last night.
Well, if we weren't playing with toys, we got on our bikes and ran just crazy. So.
Yeah, we had trails over by our house. We'd go riding through just a big open area that was really hilly. And
Oh, yeah, I
loved
did that too. Remember these? Mikey died from these.
Pop rocks.
Yeah.
Did you buy these? Did you go to the store, the dime store, and get some for a nickel or whatever
Yep.
it was, quarter?
And that was a great ad in comics. We had Superman standing up and it's kryptonite rocks.
Oh, yeah. So let me ask you this, Micah. Have you ever played cartoon tag before?
Cartoon tag.
No.
We used to play cartoon tag. So if someone came to tag you, you had to say cartoon really fast, but you could never repeat one that was already said.
Huh.
So if you could say a cartoon really fast, and it gets harder because, you run out of ones to think about, then it's fun. We just play it. Okay.
We did a version like that, but we would do like superhero.
Okay.
And you can never repeat it. You're right. Yeah.
Remember this movie? My mom took me to see this. Q, the winged serpent.
I don't remember that.
He lives inside the Chrysler building. It's got David
No.
Carradine in it.
Uh-uh.
I believe you.
Well, there it is. Got to go watch it, man. It was my mom took me to see this when I was I don't know, I was like 10. Scared the crap out of me, but it's a stop animation movie, so it's pretty cool. Low budget. One of those ones, in the 70s they had little low budget movies coming out all the time. They maybe ran 1 or 2 weeks, and that was probably all they ever did.
Yeah, I seem to recall seeing maybe that on the in the 80s and reruns on TV.
There you go. I'm not crazy. It's a real movie.
Yeah.
Steve, I thought you'd be like, man, I got to see that. I know you're into horror.
Yeah, not that kind though.
Yeah.
I think most people, these things sat on the side for the longest time. We didn't use these hardly ever.
What? The paddles?
The knobs, the knob paddles.
Yeah, like the Pong ones. Yeah.
These things we wore out right here.
Yeah.
There were only like 2 games to play with the paddle one, the knob ones. You had the racing game and you had Pong.
Pong.
That was about
Yeah.
it.
Then you had to blow the cartridges all the time and then shove them in there.
Yep.
Blow this out, blow the cartridge out, jam
Was
it
that
in
where-
there, flick
Do
the
you think
button up
that-
and down. Okay, it's working again.
Do you think that's where the phrase "knock the dust off of it" came from?
Maybe. Well, we were
Yeah,
the
it was-
first in our neighborhood to have that. My mom got my dad it for his birthday or something, and it was the Sears one. It wasn't the actual
Yeah.
Atari.
Okay.
I seem to remember I got one for Christmas 1983, and I got like 2 games. One of them was Pac-Man, and me and my dad stayed up till about 3 or 4 in the morning playing Pac-Man. Never forget that.
We played the crap out of the Tanks one. That was my favorite. Boom, 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 boom. I don't know why that's in there. There's Jards right there.
Jarts, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
One of the most famous dangerous kid games you can. That's probably right next to the chemical kits of the 50s for the kids.
Yeah.
That one though looks like an update. Mine had
Yeah, that's a newer one.
just a spike.
Yep.
Yeah. They enclosed the front so you couldn't get stabbed, you couldn't kill your sister.
And there were 2 red ones and 2 blue ones.
That's
They
true.
were-
I didn't look close enough when I was grabbing stuff. I should have got the originals. Yeah, those originals had that big steel blunt point.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep. There were 2
It
boys
was an
across.
accident. It was an
Yeah.
accident. He got killed by a Jart.
There were 2 boys across the street from where I live. They were a year apart from me. One older, one younger, and we used to go out in their backyard, and they would throw that stuff up in the air as high, and we just take off running.
Yeah. And I can see why they released it, for kids to play with, because we've had darts for hundreds
Yep.
of years. So
It took us to turn it into weapons.
because it's
They probably
outdoors.
thought, hey, what's better than a dart for kids? Let's make a
Yeah.
giant dart and give it to the kids.
And they probably
Oh,
thought
yeah.
it was safer.
There's no problems going to come out of that. Remember the
Oh,
Presidential Fitness Award?
Yep.
yeah.
Whatever happened to that?
Well,
No
you had to do
comments?
so many chin ups and so many this and that. And if not everybody could do it, somebody probably said, oh, we shouldn't do this anymore because that
Oh,
whole
yeah,
participation trophy attitude kind of came in.
Right.
Wasn't one of the requirements jump rope? Because I can never jump.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, I didn't care to do it, but you do what they tell you when back in our day.
Oh
Record
man, I was
player,
hoping you would show
turntable.
that.
My first
Yeah.
turntable.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I used to be fascinated, like how the heck this thing makes noise with these grooves.
Right.
How does that work?
My mom
They
told
were
me.
cool.
My mom told me I had a little record player that had Buffalo Gals. I don't know if you guys remember that song.
Okay. Yeah.
Buffalo Gals wants to come out
Come out
tonight. Come
tonight.
out tonight.
Yeah.
She said I drove her nuts with that damn
Of course, I had the Huckleberry Hound record where he's a fireman
thing.
and he grabs a
Nice.
bucket of gasoline and throws onto the fire by mistake. Yeah.
Oh, great.
That was a good idea for us back
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
then. How
yeah,
did we
Big
survive our
Jim.
childhood?
Big Jim, man. Remember Big Jim?
I saw it advertised all the time in comics. He's the
Yep.
guy that's karate chopping some wood. And yeah, but I never saw much of this.
I never saw the toys. No.
I didn't know he was
I
into
didn't have this,
recreational
but
camping.
a friend of mine had it. Oh no, it's Sports Camper with 15-inch boat, dude.
That's a nice setup, really. Yeah. He doesn't have to
Big
back that
Jim.
in or anything.
Remember this movie?
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Actually, Jerry Jitterbug lives right up the road from this.
Oh boy.
Does he really?
Yeah.
I'm a big horror fan, man. Here's
Well,
one of the originals.
He lives in Long Island.
If I had that place, I'd get rid of those top two windows and put in just regular windows and not make it look like a evil face staring at you.
Oh man, I love that.
Oh,
That's one of the best things about it.
I remember when this movie was huge.
Yep.
Stephen King, he was on a nice hot run while we were younger.
Yep.
String
Pet
of movies.
Cemetery, Christine, Silver Bullet, The Shining, all of them.
Oh, there's
Do it.
Gopher.
Anybody have a crush on her?
Yep.
Julie, who got a cocaine addiction. Now let me, Mike, I want to see, because Steve, you might know this, but I don't think you would. Do you remember what show he was in? A kids live action show in the early 70s?
No.
He played a scientist, I think. He brought the Universal monsters back to life in the museum. Mod
Oh.
Squad.
Wow.
Wow.
Monster Squad. And they would come to life to fight crime, and then when they were done before daylight, they would go back to their wax figures in the museum.
This was live action.
But
Yeah.
I wish that look of Isaac, the bartender, I wish that would come back. I thought that was such a great look.
The mustache,
Big
or
mustache and the big afro.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Who's this? You didn't have a crush on her? Come on.
No, is this Linda?
Yes.
Yeah,
Linda
okay.
Evans.
Yeah, Crystal Light.
What was she? What was the Western she was on?
Big Valley. Big Valley.
Big Valley. Yeah. And then she was on the Carringtons Dynasty.
She played Audrey.
She's an icon. Her eyes are just so beautiful. Who's this?
Zoom in. I can't
Steve?
see. That's Paula Abdul. Crazy.
Yes, it is.
She was gorgeous back then too.
I had the album.
I have her greatest hits still on my phone.
Was that one song
She's in-
Straight Up? Don't Tell Me.
Yes.
Yeah, she's in Australia. She was last working on an American Idol type show, but she lives over there and works over there in their Hollywood. That's why you never hear nothing about her.
Yeah, she was gorgeous.
Oh,
Why would we lie to ourselves?
Be excellent
Carlin.
to each other.
Nah. Whoa, man.
Strange things are afoot at the Circle K.
Iconic. Why would we lie to ourselves? Battle of the Planets. I used to watch this all the time. Princess. Which one's Kia?
The little
Him or
guy.
This guy.
The little one.
Oh, that's Tiny.
Yep.
Mark, Jason.
Yep.
Did you
I
guys
still
ever
remember?
Did you ever find the Whitman comic? I never could get my hands on it.
I got
I
one.
haven't.
Did
Just
you?
one.
Good.
Yeah.
I think I do have one also.
Do you guys remember that being called G-Force at one time? Like there was
Yes.
an American version and a Japanese version, but it was
Yeah.
Battle of the Planets in one and G-Force in the other, I think.
Right. I do remember that. What was the name of the bad guy that had like a wolf looking
Was it
hood?
Zarkon? I can't
Was
remember.
that it? I think so. Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Steve, do your Scooby.
Ruby dooby doo.
Speaking of Whitman Gold Key, if you've got Gold Key number 1 of Scooby Doo, that's a hard one to find in a great condition.
Yeah, can be expensive too.
Yes.
Huh?
it was such a crossover. Even non-comic collectors wanted that because they girls wanted this, and
This was the show that made Casey Kasem an icon.
Oh man, Casey was great.
and I was so young, I didn't know what a doobie was, and that guy's obviously a stoner. Now I can see it now, but
Yeah.
didn't.
Well,
I didn't either. I didn't.
he was always getting his dog stoned because both of them were
Yeah.
always hungry.
Yes, yeah, they always had the munchies, and so all those little things. Oh no,
Oh,
yeah.
love that show. Hong Kong Fooey, #1 super guy.
What
Yeah,
a great show.
The police sergeant Joe Besser. No, the guy that played on Car 54.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what it is about this, but they're keeping a tight rein on the licensing. But on YouTube, you can't find anything past just openings. So I don't know.
You mean for any shows or what?
For Hong Kong Fooey?
Okay.
You have to buy the DVD, but yeah, a lot of those other ones you can see 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 episodes, but not in the Hong Kong Fooey.
Probably another one they can't do today.
Because of the name.
The name, yeah. The name will upset the country of China, and then other people will get upset.
Remember this movie?
Oh, yeah.
That was
one of my
Disney
favorites.
movie, wasn't it?
One of my favorites.
They had a lot of good movies.
Yeah. Disney
Shaggy
movie.
DA.
Oh, yeah. Fred McMurray.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, it has been fun. I knew it would be. We're going to have to cut it short because we got to take our neighbor shopping. But what do you guys think? Did you have fun? Did you enjoy kind of tripping down memory lane a little bit?
I love that.
Love
time
it.
period. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, because
Love
I'd like
thinking
to
about
make
the
this
childhood.
maybe every other month, maybe do an episode or something. Get as many people on just to comment. But I have a whole lot more, and there'll be a whole lot more. It was just a great time to grow up.
Yep.
A lot of morality in that time.
Mm-hmm.
You look around and see if you can find it today. That's rhetorical. You don't have to answer me, but just see if you can.
People say now that our generation is rude, but if you look at it, we grew up with, like we were talking about earlier, like shows that taught you lessons.
Yeah.
I'm of the mind just recently that I feel like I'll be better off in my life at this point if there was no internet at all.
Sure.
I would.
But then we wouldn't know each other, right?
That's true, but you always weigh.
Yeah.
And you think about your kids, your grandkids, because unfortunately, majority of people cannot handle fast, instant technology.
Yeah.
Like I told my wife, everyone should have freedom of opinion, but I'm sorry, there's too many platforms and too many people that shouldn't be having opinions out loud. But it's freedom of speech. But because you have that voice now, everybody has it, the people that just want to live life, they don't usually get out there and do that stuff. So the people that don't care about or have a boring life, they're the ones out there with their opinions loudest because that's all they have time to do. That's all the time they have to do. But here and there, it was a great time to grow up. I know I have no regrets about it. Well, I was going to say thanks to the chat. Thanks for anybody tuning in. And let me know in the comments outside of this if you would like to see another episode. Back to the 70s and the 80s. Thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah.
And have a great rest of your holiday weekend.
Yeah.
And everybody else.
See you guys.